Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, corn dog lovers of all ages, welcome to In the Box with your hosts, Matt and Adam.
Everybody get.
Good evening. Hello. Hi. Hola. I don't know how to say hello in many languages.
That's pretty much all I
Hi.
get. Hola and mini game. That's my Spanish.
Mini game.
There you go. Yeah, that's and overtime.
Oh yes, and overtime.
Um,
Oh, you showing up? You showing us the merch?
That's a pretty cool jersey there. Where'd you get it? From Joey in say thank you, Joey, for the jersey.
Thank you, Joey, for the jersey.
There.
That doesn't. That's okay. It's Hannah.
Well, hello.
Well, hello. Well, we have like an hour.
We got all sorts of people on. We got Reimer on. We got Funders of the Bank is on.
Oh, I can see the texts.
And here, this is free.
Let's just get this out of the way now. We have a master picker in the house.
B.
Yep.
B.
Hannah was pretty much the only one that had faith in the Empire from the three of us and picked Empire, and they won.
They did.
Yeah.
And not just one. Like, I mean, the first half was close-ish, but they dominated that game just all the way. I mean, San Diego still had moments of San Diego-ness, but
Yeah, but it was towards the end too late.
it was too late. And I mean, they had some great goals, but yeah, at that point, it's too late. I don't know. I would love to know what happened. Like,
They looked off.
no, I mean,
I watched
for Empire 10 games ago. What happened 10 games ago that they flipped the switch and just like went overdrive because it's been great. They started out slow and it was like, continuation of last year, and now they just took off.
Maybe it's because Hannah just keeps picking them.
Maybe that's it. Once Hannah started picking them, they won.
Hannah picked Empire just sweet 2 weeks ago. And then Hannah picked them to be Empire. Picked them to win.
I could make a little sick.
Isn't that a news show?
Plan B?
No,
Or Beat the Press.
Press.
Oh, yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. I need the head.
Great. All right. So before we get into picks, so I posted, and I don't know what your opinion was on it. So what did you think was the most interesting thing that happened last week?
Last week, including this week?
Yes, last week including this week.
Reget trade, and it's not even close.
The Flahar
Flark? Yes.
trade.
The Florida Harrisburg KC trade, where KC swooped in at the last minute, and it was like an eBay bid. They were watching the seconds tick down, and at 2 seconds left, they threw in their bid.
Maybe that's the same thing that happened to my Nick Pereira jersey.
Right?
Still don't have an answer to that. Yeah, I thought it was San Diego's winning streak getting snapped. It was, and you said it. It was not just they won 10-4. Like
So for me, the streaks are inevitable to be snapped. Like, someone had to have beaten San Diego at some point. Ian Bennett had to have lost his goal scoring streak at some point just because of the way the game is. 40 games in a row is insane. Now, however, the point scoring streak is still on. That's at 41 games because he had an assist.
So we'll have to break that up next week.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep that. We're starting a new goal scoring streak tonight. In fact, that's why.
Right. Yeah, Melissa must be watching.
That's why we're doing the show so early, because there's games starting in about 23 minutes. The Florida at KC, which is going to be a great game, and Chihuahua Mesquite, which is also going to be a great game. But I am going to be logging off before the 7:35 Milwaukee at St. Louis game.
Yeah, so let's get into that.
You want to talk about the Reget trade first?
Yeah, I mean, interesting trade. We all knew it was going to happen. Like, he wasn't going to stay. It was a matter of what Harrisburg was asking
right.
for.
So we heard, what we heard is that Reget immediately said he refused to go to Harrisburg, which I don't blame him. And they're in last place. They have the worst arena in the league, worst turf in the league, best dirt in the league, which is probably not a good thing to have. And makes no sense why he would want to go there. I still don't understand why Florida wanted to trade him. I'm assuming it's dumping salary, but who knows? Maybe locker room things, maybe personality things. Who knows?
Which, by the way, we've also heard that this is not the end. So
yeah. So so when from what I heard, as part of the trade to get him away from Harrisburg, then they have so many players injured, they didn't have any people to play, and they needed him and Bond to play last weekend to lead them to 6 goals against Baltimore across 2 games where they. However, what the surprise was is where he landed this week, yesterday, in fact. I thought it was going to be out west at the team that's not the Sockers and not Tacoma. The Wave had put a hat in the ring, but apparently didn't have 4 or 7 players to give up, and we'll get into that in a second. And KC swooped in, and it was weird. You ever seen little kids play like Monopoly?
I may have experience with that. Yes.
So it's kind of like Reget is Boardwalk, and Florida's like, we don't really want Boardwalk anymore. We want Baltic Avenue. So we'll give you Boardwalk for Baltic Avenue in even trade. How's that? Baltic Avenue, and the guy who owns, or the kid who owns Baltic Avenue was like, yes, great trade. And then KC was like, we really want Boardwalk. We'll give you all of our properties and all of our money for every game we play the rest of the year for Boardwalk. And Harrisburg's like, sure, here you go. That's what it reminded me of. I don't know where I got that analogy from.
Yeah. It's right. And I heard that it's the asking price was quite a bit. And we saw, I mean, geez.
Well, it was 3 total solid players. Oh, you were locking up. I think I spoke over you. You were saying something.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. Yeah, but the asking price was really high from what I heard, and City, 3 pretty good players going back to Harrisburg.
Yep. Mike DeSilva's really been breaking out the last couple of years. Tatsane has been a star this year. Schmerman's been solid for a while now, going back to St. Louis and going back even before then. And then they also, don't forget, they cleared 4 players off of their roster, put them on trade waivers, whatever that is, to basically clear off more money.
Including Nick McDonald.
I know. Which sucks because I'm going out there in 2 weeks and I won't be able to see him probably.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So yeah, basically 7 players for 1. And Reget gets to get his revenge on Florida tonight, about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's going to be one heck of a game. And then it'll be interesting to see tomorrow night 3 new guys for Harrisburg against Utica, but I'll get into that game later.
So, rumor has it, and this is it would be my guess as well. You probably won't see Schmerman traveling. Wife just had a baby like a month ago.
Yep.
Guessing he plays the home games and then maybe travels to St. Louis. Probably not even travels to Milwaukee.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It'll be good to see Mike Da Silva tomorrow night.
I actually see him in Milwaukee anyway, so every once in a while. But yeah, so that and nothing on Taylor Walter Bond. I guess he's staying in Harrisburg. He's still on their roster.
Well, I mean, the trade deadline is end of this month, so who knows what's going to happen.
It was somebody Sydney sent this to me. Go to the MASL rules page, which is exactly where I'd expect the trade deadline to be. The player deadline is Thursday, March 16th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. Well,
and in the roster, the roster freeze is Wednesday, March 29th, which is basically right before the last couple games of the season. And it's 30 players on the roster, which in the past it's been like 25 or 26. I think that's a good thing. I think there needs to be more just for injuries and all sorts of stuff.
Absolutely. So speaking of, you're on the MASL website. It's time for the weather, Hannah.
Time for the weather. Wait, where is that? Oh, here it is. They keep moving it around. Weather report for Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania is 37 degrees. Real feel of 34, so there's a bit of a wind going out there. The wind is west-southwest at 6 miles an hour, gust up to 13 miles an hour. The air quality is fair.
Oh, it's fair today. Okay.
What fair means is the air quality is generally acceptable for most individuals. However, sensitive groups, such as people from KC who are offended by the word sucks, may experience minor to moderate symptoms from long-term exposure.
Okay.
I couldn't help myself there. I would apologize, but I'm not like that.
I can't believe they put that on the website.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just right in there, in parentheses. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, speaking of the trade, I still don't understand why Florida traded those two. Maybe student visas are more expensive than we realized.
Well,
also,
tired?
Yeah, I am. We want to wish best wishes to Adam James, who I don't know if he's on his way back home yet, but he had emergency appendix surgery. I can't say the word appendectomy. That's probably what it is. The morning of their game against Chihuahua, and it sounds like the guys took it really hard just because it was so unexpected, and that affected their concentration and play in Chihuahua. Not to take anything away from Chihuahua, but they rallied together and took it out on San Diego. Good to see.
Yes. You are tired. All right.
Me too.
Well, we'll do the picks now. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I told Adam you should at least get 10 points for picking Empire over San Diego. What do you think?
We'll give her one.
All right, we'll give you one. Get 1 point. How about that?
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. Overall, Matt, you are 48-40 season. That's 48 wins, 40 losses. Anna is 46-42, and I am 59-29.
See, we're all above 500 though. That's good.
I picked Monterey over Tacoma. That was a weird game. And I picked San Diego over Empire, and that was a fantastic game. So let's start with the picks.
Yeah.
Starting in about 15 minutes is Florida at Kansas City. Florida.
Tough one.
Yeah.
I mean, starting the week tough. I mean, yeah, Florida should come out and play well,
Really good.
but I'm going to take Kansas City.
So I wrote down Kansas City yesterday when I put this together, and before the trade happened. So I am not changing it. I think that will help them. I hope it'll help them for their sake, because they kind of put a lot on the line for this.
Ooh, Hannah, I have to show you the goals of the week. Ricardo had a great goal.
Yep. Jumped up in the air, flipped backwards, and kicked over his head.
Yeah.
What?
Daddy's done that before.
You have?
No, I haven't.
All right. Next two games are back to back tonight and tomorrow night. Chihuahua at Mesquite. We'll pick both of those.
Yeah, you have to pick for each game.
Chihuahua.
Okay, so she picked Chihuahua for both. I mean, yeah, Chihuahua for both.
Yep, me too. Chihuahua weekend
Oh, yeah.
sweep.
Chihuahua. I mean, they pulled off a victory against Monterey at home. That game was a really good game. Yeah, that was back and forth.
Yeah.
What are the things?
What things?
No, it said something.
It was Kelsey.
I hope to see Keith. Yeah.
Kelsey's a little upset at the trade. He hasn't done anything rash, though, like cancel travel plans to Kansas City or anything, so don't worry. Oh, wait.
So that means she still has travel plans to Utica.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah, moving forward.
So yeah, I'm picking Chihuahua twice. I think Mesquite has a chance to win one, but in these picks, I can't remember what Alex says when he talks about home and home, or double back to back. I think he says he wants to take the split, but he doesn't, so he just picks the home team for both.
Yeah, he doesn't do splits.
So I'm not doing splits either. I'm taking the away team. And then the final game of tonight, starting very soon, is the Milwaukee Wave at the St. Louis Ambush.
For the Buns.
Ambuns.
You're going last.
Okay.
Well, I hope Milwaukee wins. That'll just help Utica out. Had their lead that they have right now for the 5th spot. So I will take Milwaukee.
I'm going to take Milwaukee.
Ian Bennett.
Yeah.
Ian Bennett starts this new goal scoring streak.
New hat trick streak. That's hard to say. Hat trick streak. I will also play.
What?
You see the text on the screen, Matt?
No. No, my phone is backing up right now.
Oh.
It thought you'd get canceled before Casey, but here we are. Well, there's still time.
So, I thought Milwaukee played really well against Utica defensively. I mean, I've talked to the guys, and they know they had issues on offense, but there was no second half meltdown. There was no letting bad goals in. I mean, there were a couple that were really good shots and maybe a small defensive lapse, but they didn't let that compound things. So I think this is going to be a bounce back game, and I think we'll see about what we saw when I was in St. Louis last month of 7-3, 7-4, 8-2, and 207, something like that. Nice close game.
Well, hold that score for later.
All right, Hannah, what do you think? Milwaukee at St. Louis.
You said Milwaukee, didn't you? You have to just sit up. And,
Milwaukee.
Okay.
There you go.
Hannah, do you want to do your last 4 picks quick and then you can go lay down and go to sleep and Matt and I can finish the show, or are you okay? Okay. All right, so then the next game is Saturday night, Milwaukee at the Blarst. The Baltimore Blarst. Are you picking last again?
I'm picking
Milwaukee and the Blarst.
Milwaukee.
There you go.
Now don't. Now you keep it down over there too, Henry. I'm gonna pick the Blarst.
Oh boy. Well,
Okay, I thought you were gonna sing your song.
Daddy.
I mean, if you want to catch up to the picks, you have to pick opposite of me a bunch. So I can see you doing that just for the
No, I mean travel plus small field. Baltimore playing pretty well last week
against the depleted Harrisburg.
Baltimore didn't
Wait, what?
Is fresh.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Blarst.
What team is it?
Milwaukee.
I know. You said in your sentence. You only said Baltimore.
Blarst.
You didn't say Blarst.
I'm saying the Blarst.
Okay, good.
If I were not a Milwaukee fan, I would probably pick the Blarst, sorry. I really think this is going to be an interesting game for me because the Wave does practice on a smaller field, and they have a lot of speed this year and a lot of really good ball control speed. Now there's going to be a couple players out. Marcio's out with I think, the same kind of injury that Vanzella had a couple years ago, or like 4 or 5 years ago now, the adductor strain or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Javier Steinwasser would be a great fit for this field. He's out with a broken toe thing, phalange thing on his foot. He'll be out until March probably. And but there's still a lot of speed on this team and a lot of good control. And I think we're going to see another breakout game from Alex Sanchez, and look for Squid to have a breakout game as well. I'm picking Milwaukee just because I have to, but I think they really have a legitimate chance at this.
If Milwaukee didn't play the night before, I would pick Milwaukee to win.
I could see that.
But they're playing the night before, so.
Scotty said Harrisburg had Reget, though. Something tells me, Scotty, I don't think Reget's heart was fully into those two games. Just a thought. I just didn't think it was fully there.
Probably not.
Probably not. Oh, what happened?
He was dreaming of less dirty pastures.
So the next game is the Harrisburg Heat at the Utica City Fried Corn Dogs.
Fried corn dogs.
That's what FC stands for, isn't it? UC is Utica City and FC is Fried Corn Dogs.
That's totally.
So remember how I told you to hold that score
Yeah.
in your head? This is the game.
Yeah.
So this one, for those of you that don't know, it is every time Utica City scores, the price of beer goes down 50 cents. Up to 50% off. That's the cutoff. It's a state law, I guess, or something like that.
They may go down to $4 beers, is what you're saying?
Possibly, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this one, I can't. Who are you picking? You didn't say who you were picking.
Oh, me? Or,
No.
I already wrote down. I already wrote down both of your picks. I don't think that's a question at all.
Oh.
And what's funny is Hannah's face froze with that stare at you for a second.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll take Utica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So looking at Harrisburg has had a lot of problems. They've had sicknesses and they've had a bunch of injuries. Out is Alex Robles. Doubtful is Steven Basso, Josh DiMatteo, Ty Hall on Elton, and then questionable is Hoxie here and DeSoma. I mean, that's a lot of players. So they may not even bring, they kind of need the trade of the 3 guys to even come up with a full roster. They're going to have Bond, who doesn't want to be there. They're going to have De Silva, who's probably going to play extra hard to kind of prove Casey wrong. And Tetsani is just going to kind of be who.
They're coming into a new system. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to be acclimated to the new system. So, I'm attempting to bribe Robbie Williamson into letting in like 7 or 8 goals, and apparently he's against it. So.
Did you try cupcakes or cookies?
I haven't.
Maybe that. All right, 2 more games. Florida at St. Louis.
I'm gonna take Florida.
I am also going to take Florida, and I think this could almost get out of hand depending on how things go, and not in a good way.
I mean, St. Louis, an acquisition. They acquired Antonio Manfoot from the Blues.
They did,
which is good because he wasn't getting a lot of time in Baltimore, and he definitely deserves it. So good for him. Good to see him in St. Louis, where he'll get some playing time. Yeah, Florida's way too talented. So give me that.
Hey, Kelsey, I can't put that on the screen because Hannah's here.
I'm not here.
She says new system playing in dirt for a dirt team, but the dirt wasn't really dirt. It's in other words.
Oh, well, there you go. I definitely think they'll be a better team. I just think it will be not tomorrow. All
right. The last game of the night or the weekend is because it's Super Bowl weekend and 2 teams are playing, and those of us who don't care about NFL don't care. In fact, Tara didn't even know the other night who was playing in the Super Bowl. So there's that.
I know.
Lars.
No. I know who's playing.
Who's playing?
In the NFL?
Yeah.
Philadelphia and I think Stanford.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
No. Where do the Comets play?
Independence.
Independence, Missouri, Kansas City.
All right. But the last game is San Diego at Tacoma.
I'm going to take San Diego. I mean, their streak got snapped. They need to snap back. We haven't seen them what happens after a loss in quite some time.
Yep.
So do they continue? I mean, a lot of teams have had it in Tacoma. We saw it last week where Monterey fell short. I mentioned it last week. I said a lot of teams, San Diego, Monterey, go into Tacoma and lose.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I think San Diego's going out.
Anna, what do you think? San Diego or Tacoma?
I don't know.
You've been doing this for years, and this year you've turned to the I don't know option.
Oh, yeah.
Pick a team.
Number 1.
San Diego.
San Diego. We all pick San Diego. Yeah, I think I do think there's a chance Tacoma could pull this one out, but I think San Diego just got a wake-up call, and they're going to come in kind of mad. Whenever that happens, that's usually not good.
I think against San Diego, and Danny Waltman can definitely do the same.
But can Danny Waltman's defense play as good as Empire's defense play? That's the question.
That's the question. No.
So there's only 2 picks different this week. You picked the Blarst against Milwaukee, and then Anna picked Florida against KC. Otherwise, all of our picks are the same. Well, that's fast. I'm fascinated by that. Thank you.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
It's like
This is a sign of a person that needs to go to sleep.
no, it's not.
All right. Should we end our show early? Because there's on the game that just started.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wait. I want to make the bold prediction of the week.
Yes.
Okay.
Dallas will not lose a game this weekend.
Let's hope.
Well, they don't play, so that's going to help a lot.
Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have named every game something Gio did. Because now, apparently, he has the Geo Classic, and then the Monterey Chihuahua is like a El Clasico Geo or whatever. I don't know.
I still think the Dallas Mesquite needs to be called the Geo Metro. And I'm gonna stand on that forever.
All right. Well, sit. You can sit if you want.
I sit on it, yeah. So the San Diego at Tacoma will be the Geo
Space Needle.
Utica will be Geo.
Yes. The Geo Space Needle.
Space Needle. That's...
In between.
What other kind of cars did Geo make?
Geo makes cars.
The Met. Oh,
Yeah,
they made the Prism, the Geo Prism, and the Tracker.
Oh, yeah.
We could call this segment the Geo Tracker.
That's right.
Geo
right.
Weather Report brought to you by Carl's Jr.
By
All right.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
That's all we have.
We'll we'll have to figure out. I don't know what's going to happen next week. I think next week is out because there's a Friday night Wave game. Frozen.
You can say it.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day to everyone on what is that? Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday.
That sounds like the
Ooh, taco.
best combination ever.
Cake.
Daddy, where's his eyeballs go? Look. Oh.
There's this, oh, no. Yeah. So, yeah, next week. If you can't do it, I'll just do something on Facebook, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
Yeah.
Daddy, can I show us the ready?
Yes.
There's the box.
Great. All right. So
Me and Daddy have jokes.
you have the. I don't have the joke.
We have-
I don't do jokes. This show, I do not do jokes. No, I don't. You keep it down over there, Peanut Gallery. Yes.
You said the beginning of that.
All right, so I will do the beginning because Hannah wants me to do the beginning. And so, first of all, everyone, thank you for watching.
Like, you know that fun stuff.
Fun sturf.
Fun stuff.
Henry, do you want?
If it's red, make it gray.
Okay. Hopefully that didn't make it.
I think it did a little bit, but not as clear as that one day.
Okay.
Henry, say it a little louder. Daddy,
That made it clear as day. So
Wonderful. Perfect. So this is where it goes off the rails, and normally I don't do jokes for those jokes, but I will make an exception for tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. All right. So Hannah,
Yes.
where do young cows eat lunch?
The
I
cafeteria.
get it. That's a good one. Good night, all.